Good evening. Aspire to inspire before we expire. Welcome to BMC News Live presented by Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers English News. Myself, Shana Sultana, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
His Majesty the King congratulates His Highness Sheikh Nasser on Bahrain UAE satellite launch success. Bank loan deferral proposal approved. 10-year blueprint to revamp Bahrain's education sector. Saudi Arabia starts giving coronavirus vaccines to children aged 5 to 11. COVID-19 PCR test every 7 days for employees, Abu Dhabi announced.
Today's news in detail. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent cables of congratulations and thanks to Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, National Security Advisor, Commander of the Royal Guard and Secretary General of the Supreme Defense Council, on the successful launch of the first joint Bahraini UAE satellite, Light 1. He commended Sheikh Nasser for his great efforts in ensuring the honorable historical scientific achievement for the kingdom. Bahrain's music scene took the international stage in two of the top regional events over the National Day weekend. The kingdom's very own Majaz band performed at the MDL Beast Soundstorm Festival in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia and Dubai Millennium Amphitheatre as part of Expo 2020 in the UAE. An art exhibition drawing attention to the suffering and abuse faced by women around the world attracted more than 100 people in support of the message. The successful showcase, organized by the Youth Committee of Bahrain Women's Union in collaboration with Art Scene, featured more than 122 impressive pieces by artists of all ages at the Level 5 hub located in Rifa Views International School. Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers COVID update.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
The largest Roman Catholic cathedral in the Arabian Peninsula may have had a damper put on its Christmas celebrations due to COVID-19 restrictions, but its unique art pieces and serene environment continue to attract as many as thousands of visitors a day. The Cathedral of Our Lady of Arabia in Awali, which opened earlier this month, features stunning Christian art created by Spanish artists, a crystal ball ornament, a tap, a replica of a Vatican lamppost, an old meets new architectural design, and lots more of them, cultural and aesthetical inclined. Electronic public voting is underway to select the People's Choice winner following the qualification of 12 ideas to the final stage of the 4th edition of the Government Innovation Competition, which is called FICRA. The annual competition was launched following the directives of the Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, to foster the culture of creativity in the public sector. Filipinos in Bahrain are coming together to help their countrymen back home as Super Typhoon Roy continues to wreak havoc. A group Katiling Bang Sang Murn in Kua, say Bahrain, is organizing a walk for the cause on Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. at a venue to be announced soon. An urgent proposal to defer all bank loan installment until June next year for Bahrainis has been approved anonymously by MPs. The proposal by 5 MPs led by Bahrainization Committee Chairman Ibrahim Al-Nafeh has been urgently referred to the Cabinet. Now we shall go for short commercial break. Welcome back. The cost of COVID-19 PCR tests for Bahrainis returning home could be slashed by around 50% under an urgent parliamentary proposal approved anonymously yesterday. The proposal was submitted by 5 MPs led by Ammar Khambar and will be now reviewed by the Cabinet. The education sector in Bahrain is set for a major facelift under a 10-year plan. This includes changes to subjects taught, new promotion criteria for teachers, and 18 new schools and facilities starting next year. The Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, yesterday received Bahrain Chamber of Commerce and Industry (BCCI) Chairman Samir Abdullah Nas alongside a number of senior officials at Riffa Palace. His Royal Highness Prince Salman highlighted the importance of strengthening the role of the private sector and to ensure its contributions to the kingdom's comprehensive development led by His Majesty King Hamad. The Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, yesterday met Bahrain Defence Force Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Tayyib bin Sakar Al Naimi and a number of other senior BDF officers at Riffa Palace. During the meeting, His Royal Highness Prince Salman presented the officers with the Prince Salman bin Hamad Medal for Medical Merit in recognition and appreciation of their relentless support to the kingdom's COVID-19 mitigation efforts. The Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, congratulated His Majesty the King Hamad following the successful launch of the first Bahraini UAE satellite, Light 1. His Royal Highness Prince Salman highlighted that this vital project advances the kingdom's comprehensive development led by His Majesty. Saudi Arabia announced on Tuesday that children in the age group of 5 to 11 will now be able to receive their first dose of COVID-19 vaccines. The Ministry of Health noted in a statement that the priority of receiving the shots will be given for those children at high risk and have more susceptible from the virus complications. Meanwhile, corona vaccine centers in the kingdom witnessed today the first child to receive the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Employees of government entities and companies in Abu Dhabi will need to undergo a mandatory PCR test every 7 days. In coordination with Abu Dhabi Emergency Crisis and Disasters Committee, the Department of Government Support will implement a mandatory requirement for PCR tests every 7 days for all employees of government entities and companies in the Emirates, the media office tweeted. Authorities in the UAE have tightened COVID-19 safety measures as new variants like Omicron spread around the world. The country has imposed restrictions on travel from some countries where infections have surged. This is applicable for those coming on direct flights from Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda, and Ethiopia. These include having a negative COVID-19 PCR test result obtained within 48 hours and a rapid PCR test at the airport within 6 hours of departure. The Green Pass protocol is also activated for entering federal government departments. The protocol restricts entry to the departments to fully vaccinated staff and visitors who have to take a PCR test every 2 weeks to maintain their green status on Al Hosn app. It has been announced. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Lab English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off by Shana Sultana. Good night.